The United Nations has repeated its warning that a humanitarian catastrophe is unfolding in the Gaza Strip, but hope is on the horizon as a ceasefire has been agreed upon so that aid supplies can be delivered from Egypt, while foreigners stuck in the enclave can leave. Raymond Yer reports.
Apart from pitch-black conditions because electricity was cut, Gaza residents spent the night in fear as Israeli airstrikes continued on the enclave. The Israeli military said it has so far eliminated around 250 military targets across Gaza. After more than a week of air raids, all signs are suggesting that the ground operation could begin any time. Thousands of troops, tanks and weaponry are now lined up along the border fence with Gaza. More are expected to arrive as some 360,000 military reserves were asked to report for active duty. Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi, who admitted failure last week for letting Hamas fighters infiltrate Israeli neighborhoods, inspected the situation near the Gaza border. Our responsibility now is to enter Gaza and take over spots where Hamas is based, he said during a speech to soldiers. We need to hit every commander and combatant and destroy the infrastructure. But even before their arrival, large parts of Gaza are already in ruins. And instead of Hamas, most casualties were civilians whose homes were bombed without prior warning. Those who survived the attacks are not really better off as they scramble to find food and water.
As I speak with you, Gaza is running out of water and electricity. In fact, Gaza is being strangled, and it seems that the world right now has lost its humanity. Thousands of desperate displaced people rationing also their food and their water. In fact, an unprecedented humanitarian catastrophe is unfolding under our eyes.
Amid the tragedy were finally some good news. Oil tankers and trucks carrying food and aid supplies were seen entering from Egypt through the Rafah border crossing this morning, local time. The fuel will be pivotal to keep generators running at hospitals. Foreigners were also allowed to leave Gaza as the crossing reopened following negotiations between the United States, Israel, and Egypt.